Hello, this is Crystal Racing. Do you think George Russell and Max Verstappen will swap seats for 2026? Yes or no? Of course, I'm going to do a poll now. There's been rumours of discontent between Max Verstappen, his dad, and the Red Bull team in regards to Christian Horner and the decline of the performance Red Bull have had in 2026. Whilst, because obviously Max has been linked with Mercedes numerous times over the past 5 to 6 years, George Russell is rumoured to be in contention to take his seat at Red Bull in return, since of course Andrea Kimi Antonelli will be promoted to the second seat at Mercedes next year, and since obviously Mercedes are going to make Andrea and Kimi Antonelli their full-time driver for at least 2 or 3 years, unless he really struggles, it's most likely George Russell will make way. And hello to the 3 people watching, of course. There's been news headlines about Michael Schumacher apparently making his first public appearance since making a public appearance at his daughter's wedding. There's obviously been news that Alpine will remove their Renault engine program. They're going to shut down their factory in France, and they're just not going to. And they're going to stop spending money on it because it's just simply not yield dividends, since, of course, they have the worst power unit under the hybrid regulations compared to Honda, Mercedes, and Ferrari. And I also have to say, Fernando Alonso. Yeah, all I want to say is that I have noticed over the years that there are certain, thank you for the like, there are certain fan bases where if they support a driver that is widely acknowledged to be one of the most successful drivers of their generation, like Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Max Verstappen, even Sebastian Vettel, they will start to really talk in a very patronising way to anyone who criticises their driver. Good morning to you, Angela, like, I think you are on the other side of the world, since of course it's very late where I live at night, but I know it is like 8 o'clock in the morning in East Asia, like China and Malaysia, Japan and all that. So I hope you're enjoying this video, but of course, it's a really tough one with Max Verstappen, because the fact of the matter is, every team I think would sign Max Verstappen if they had the budget to do so, if they could afford his wages. And you have to realise, of course, Max Verstappen would. I think it depends on how much Max Verstappen really wants to leave Red Bull, and how much, whether he's willing to take a pay cut to join a team like Mercedes, since, I mean, I think Max Verstappen is obviously one of the best paid drivers in the whole of Formula One. Hello to you. Hope you're having a good day, and of course, I hope of course, George Russell, I don't know how his relationship is going with what's his name, Total Wolf. I mean, Mercedes are all over the place. I have no idea what their future looks like. I mean, obviously they've not been in championship contention for 3 years. Will they? I mean, there's been rumours that Jim Radcliffe will take over Mercedes in with its Ineos brand in the future, but of course we have no idea what Mercedes truly want to do with their team. then we also have to realise what will happen to Red Bull, because of course Red Bull have lost a lot of people like Will Courtney, Adrian Newey, what's his name, Jonathan Wheatley, and of course there'd be rumours that Hannah Schmidt could leave. So I mean, obviously with Christian Horner's allegations, I know Jos Verstappen did say at the start of the season that he should resign for the good of the team, but it does appear that Christian Horner is determined to keep hold of his place at the expense of the well-being of the team. Even though obviously he is just a team principal, and honestly, it's like you have to ask yourself where are Red Bull going with their team and their project, because I mean, they're getting Ford engines in 2026, but thing is, a lot of their best staff are rumored to be sending their job applications to other teams around the paddock. So I don't know what else there is, what sort of future Red Bull have in the sport, since they've won about 7 drivers' titles, 6 constructors' titles. I am from the UK. Hope you're doing well today. Casewin, Cave. Obviously, George Russell has taken 2 victories on Mercedes. I mean, obviously, is he really one of the best drivers in the sport? Is he top 4, top 5? I mean, he's somewhere roughly there. But of course, I think the problem with Red Bull is that their junior academy isn't doing that particularly well recently, with, of course, Gasly and Albon given a boot 4 or 5 years ago. Tsunoda not rated as a potential potential driver that they want. And then, of course, Lawson's only just taken Ricciardo's seat, and of course, Ricciardo got booted because, let's be honest, Ricciardo is past it. He's finished. And let's be honest, I don't even know why Ricciardo decided to come back to Formula 1 in the first place. And it's a sad way Ricciardo's career ended, but it is the nature of the beast in that Ricciardo was going to be, was only given a chance, a reprieve for his career, because literally Sergio Perez was struggling so much. Then we have to remember, I mean, obviously Sergio Perez has already been kept in his seat due to his sponsorship money from Mexico. And that's another motive for Red Bull. And then you've got Mercedes, and then of course, Mercedes, I think, should be pretty fine with their driver lineup, because they're going to commit to Kimi Antonelli for 2025 onwards. And it's not really much to say, but obviously, if you want to ask me questions, go ahead, go away. But I mean, the thing is, though, I actually think, and I'm going to give my verdict, Max Verstappen, I don't know what you mean by that, Nick, but I hope you're doing well. But I think Max Verstappen is going to be joining Mercedes in 2026, because, I mean, he's been at the Red Bull family for more than a decade. He's got nothing to achieve with them anymore. I think he probably might feel like he wants a fresh change of scenery. Yeah, hiya, John. I hope you're doing well. Obviously, I know I have seen the football, by the way, of course, Bayern Munich. What a disaster. But anyway, not my problem. Max Verstappen, I think I just said a moment ago that Max Verstappen. I think Max Verstappen could be joining Mercedes soon in a year or two's time, because I think obviously the problem with Max is that he spent his whole career at Red Bull, and of course Toro Rosso, the Red Bull sister team. He's got nothing to prove there, and I think Max would like a challenge. I think Max would like to show people that he is capable of winning outside of Red Bull. And probably Red Bull, and of course with Ford coming in 2026 as the new Red Bull engine supplier, I think Max probably sits there and thinks, I have no idea whether Ford are going to do a good job in a few years, if they're going to make a good engine for the 2026 regulations. And I think Max probably doesn't want to end up in the same position where Fernando Alonso was stuck in around 2015, when of course Honda produced their GP2 engines and everything went wrong. And I think Max would like a chance to show that he's capable of winning with a different car. Of course, Max Verstappen could be retiring from the sport altogether, since of course, I mean, Max is not exactly happy with the FIA introducing the swearing ban. And let's be honest, there's always been a feeling that Max Verstappen was kind of forced into the sport due to his driving prowess and because of his dad behaving the way. I mean, Jos Verstappen being a well-known bully, and of course having assault allegations, and having been prosecuted in the past for behaviour towards his family members, and of course people at court tracks, and that some people think Max could well just decide to retire because he just cannot be arsed the 24 race calendar. He doesn't really want to be around to please his dad, and frankly, he doesn't feel like he's getting that much personal satisfaction of just driving F1 cars. And we all know he's talked about possibly doing Le Mans sports cars. And yeah, I'm not. I mean, there's some really strange characters that have come onto my stream, to be honest, and I don't want to do it because obviously I know there's a lot of regulars that are not watching, so I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna have to end this stream because I'm actually quite annoyed by some characters I've appeared. Just I don't know where the hell some of these characters have come from. So see you. I'm gonna end this stream here at Crystal Racing, and I hope you take care. As long as you're not someone that I just deleted off the chat, because so I'll see you again next time.